Hey gang, you may remember when Stevie Ray Vaughan burst on the scene. That first time you heard him, you knew there was something special. How did he do it? We're going to have a look, coming right up. Stevie Ray's style is so widely copied now that it's hard to imagine there was ever a time when there weren't dozens upon dozens of players playing his licks on their strats, but there really was a time. I remember hearing Cat People on Bowie's Let's Dance album and instantly having to look at the liner notes to see who the heck was this guitar player. I knew it was something special and I was instantly smitten. This is my quick take on what made him truly special as a player. We're going to look at the elements of his style through the lens of Texas Flood, surely one of the best slow blues songs that was ever done. I'll illustrate it through licks and then I'll put it all together at the end. Now to members, tab and backing track are available. There's a link in the description if you're interested. Maybe it was his equipment. You know, there's a lot out there about the equipment that Stevie Ray used. The hybrid Strat, the Marshall amps, the tube screamers, you name it. And plenty of people chasing that by buying stuff. While I'm not saying that's unimportant, I don't think that was his special sauce. I don't think that was his secret. To illustrate that today, I'm using a plain old original Squier Strat and I'm playing out of a rather inexpensive modeling amp, the Blackstar TVP, similar to a Boss Katana or a Fender Mustang. And I'm not using any pedals either. Yeah, I don't think the equipment was his secret. Maybe it's his note choice and influences. Stevie mostly played out of the minor pentatonic and blues scales, although he was influenced by B.B. King and Albert King, so he could throw in a major third now and then. And he was of course influenced by Hendrix, who often used the ninth. Stevie used all of it, but he made it his own too. For example, here's his spin on the classic Chuck Berry lick that's used in Texas Flood. Let me play that slowly. What he does here is he uses the ninth of Hendrix, but now he makes it his own. And again, that bend at the end is also really unique, where he bends with his first finger on the minor third. Amazing. And here's his spin on the famous Albert King lick, also used extensively in Texas Flood. Basically, it's a straight Albert King. And then it's got the little Stevie Ray flair at the end. So yeah, super cool. But I'm not sure that's what really made the difference. What else? Maybe it's his going the extra mile to make every note count. All right, now I think we're getting somewhere. The opening of Texas Flood could sound very ordinary if it were played like this. But you know, Stevie didn't play it that way. It was a little more like this. You notice how he does this little back rake at the beginning? But he really kind of makes it swing too. It's punchy, and he hammers onto the third. That sounds cool. And then he slides up to the C, playing the ninth way up here. Much punchier. That definitely makes a difference, but is it the key ingredient? Maybe it's his tuning. Stevie, like Jimmy, used the E-flat tuning. That is, he tuned all of his strings a half step down. That gave him the advantage of making his monstrously thick strings, he used very heavy gauge strings, easier to bend, and it gave him some killer thick tone too. I often play Stevie Ray Vaughan using standard tuning, but I pay the price. I pay the price by my hands, they really hurt. I pay the price with my tone, and I pay the price with my broken E strings. I break a ton of them when I play in standard tuning, playing Stevie Ray Vaughan. So it's definitely something that he did that was important. And that leads us to the all-important fifth element, playing really hard. No doubt about it, Stevie Ray played super hard. He tried really hard when he played, and you could feel it. For example, check out this lick that's in the intro of Texas Flood. If you play it softly, it's just an ordinary lick. Now play it hard. Totally different. Or here's another lick from the intro to Texas Flood. And he didn't seem to really care if there was a looseness to it. He just went for it and used lots of downstrokes. So get your downstrokes out. So his equipment, his note choice and influences, tuning to E flat, going the extra mile on every note, and really, really playing hard. Is that it? Is that the secret? Let's put it all together and find out if we're missing something. All right, not Stevie, but I did my best. So what do I think is the real true ingredient? This is going to sound kind of hippy-dippy, but I truly believe it is the case. I think what he brought was love. He brought love and joy into what he did, and we can all hear it. It just comes out in his music. So what can we do as mere mortals? Well, we have to commit to trying to do the same thing. We may not be able to play at his level, but we still can put joy and effort into our playing of guitar. After all, this is supposed to be fun, isn't it? If we just try to impress someone or play fast or what have you, it's just not going to come out right. You have to be you when you play. All right, brothers and sisters, if you like this one, check this one out. We'll see you in the next video. We'll see you on down the road.